Hello, good morning, and welcome to day 365 of the income stream. We are just one day away from the big show. Yes, tomorrow we're streaming from 9 a.m. Pacific. That's 24 hours from now, all the way to 3:05 p.m. Pacific. That's a 365-minute stream. I hope you can join me tomorrow at some time, anytime. We're going to have some fun, do some giveaways, have some fun guests on the show as well, and we'll send us off with a bang. Now, don't worry, I'm not going anywhere. I'm still going to have pre-recorded videos here on the YouTube channel, and I'll be going live every once in a while, probably once or once a week or once every other week. I'm not going anywhere, but the daily streams are coming to an end after tomorrow, and I'm just so grateful for all of you. So let's have a fun day where I can answer as many questions as possible. I want to break through the records and just be here for you. So we're here for the next hour. Thank you so much, and let's have some fun.
This is the income stream to help you achieve your dream, all while we keep it clean. This is the income stream. It's the kind of show where you can come and go, but then you leave inspired with no fee required. The income stream with Pat Flynn.
Very cool. So here's how this works. You have to type in a question. I will provide the answer. I'll do my best as possible to get to as many questions as possible too. If we can have maybe a counter or something. I was trying to hook up a counter. That's what was taking me so long, but I couldn't find the cord that I need to plug in my iPad. Although that being said, I should be able to. Where's that guy? Hold on. Let's see if I can plug in my phone. I know my phone has a counter. I don't know why I didn't think about this earlier. Come on. We got this. Do you ever feel like with USBs, you always put it in the wrong way? Like USB 2.0s and 3.0s, not the Cs, obviously. I think that's why Cs are built the way they are. But I always seem to put it on the wrong way. It just happens. All right, so let's see where we're at. Hopefully this will work. No, I don't want to install that right now. And boom. Wow, that's huge. I don't think we need to be quite that big. How might I make this a little bit smaller? Okay, that works too. Maybe I could even go even smaller than that. Hold up. Okay, and let's reset. Cool. Let's answer your questions. TK Style says, out of all the helmets you have behind you, which one is your favorite? Definitely the Mandalorian one. Mandalorian's definitely my favorite of all the three characters. Plus, number one, Stormtroopers don't ever hit their target. Iron Man is dope, but this Iron Man one is actually more of a plasticky type of structure versus this middle one, which is definitely a little bit more handmade, a little bit more just special. I got it on Etsy. So definitely the Mandalorian one. What about you guys? Tina says, question, what do you feel is the biggest accomplishment thus far in life? I think it's the ability to be at home and also just be an example for my kids. I've always wanted to do something like that ever since I was little. I was like, you know what? I want to be the best parent I can be and try to set a great example so that we can prepare these little ones for the rest of the world. And I'm just so grateful that, yes, there's a lot of accomplishments, a lot of numbers, a lot of, dollar amounts, a lot of, stages and prestige and, recognition and stuff. But that all comes to me as a byproduct of just how excited I am to work in the environment that I'm working in. And just to see who I'm helping too. I think, all those things combined really is what it is. But it's all coming down to the kids for sure. Bro, what's up? Good to see you. Let's see. Question from Justin. I use a Samsung Q2U. It picks up my breaths and swallows. It's at the mic or my settings off, or I'll just have to edit it forever. It is going to be, number one, your breaths are a natural part of how you talk. If you edit them out, it's going to be really weird. You probably notice them more than anybody because you're the one editing it. And in most cases, see, now when we consider it, I'm also thinking about my breaths, and you're probably hearing it too when I breathe, and now it's just a little bit louder, even though that's normally how it is. So that's just like one thing to think about. I wouldn't edit out the breaths, to be honest. If there's some clicking noises or swallows or anything like that, well, then maybe that means your just mouth is a little bit dry. So have a lot of water beforehand. Sometimes we swallow, we have these click clacky mouths where we don't want that in our audio, obviously. And having a lot of water beforehand can help out. Additionally, it might just be the angle of your mic. If your mic is pointing directly at you, it might pick it up. And if you kind of angle it a little bit to the side, it won't. And then finally, if you are in post edit and you want to edit those things out, you might want to look for something called a noise gate. This is in post edit. A noise gate is basically a setting in your audio that goes, don't let any noise that's not louder than this. So it's like a gate of noise. So anything below that, any hums, and sometimes any clicks with your mouth might not come through either. Nadi says, I'm thinking of creating a community in Circle. How's that been working for you with SPI Pro? It's been absolutely one of the most rewarding, if not the most rewarding thing that we've done over the past year, to bring people together in a place outside of Facebook for a common purpose, for community, for networking. It's been absolutely amazing. And Circle has just been nothing but absolutely fantastic, I got to say, for sure. Full disclosure, I'm an advisor to the company. So that being said, I wouldn't be an advisor to the company if I didn't really, really enjoy the software. And they're adding more and more features all the time. See, question from Burke. Can we monetize YouTube live streams by AdSense? I guess we can do it after the stream is finished. Am I right? By the way, I will start 15 days every day live challenge inspired by you. Awesome, Burke. That's awesome. Your design work is really amazing. I remember some of the cars that you were drawing and some of the videos that we had reviewed at one point. Well done. Yes, you can monetize your live streams. In fact, I had once monetized the live streams where I would go live, but then what happens is there's an ad that plays right in the beginning. And that's not a great experience for people who are sort of just like waiting live, if that makes sense. So you got to be careful about that because you don't want people to come in and feel like they missed something if they've been waiting patiently, right? So I stop that and then I turn it on afterwards in most cases. When do you think you first found your superpower to? Bill says, when do you think you first found your special power to blank? That's like a question in a blank. That's confusing me, Uncle Bill. I need a clarification on that one. Life with Marin. Are you still planning on some website and channel reviews once in a while? Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. It's a fan favorite here, and I'd love to be able to help serve more people, whether live or also pre-recorded. I think that I enjoy doing that a lot, where it could be pre-recorded, an easy way for me to provide value, but also, get some more videos out too. Remember, add question in all caps at the beginning of your question. Thank you. Question, where does your desire to be so generous come from? Two places, I think. I think it comes definitely from my mom. She's probably one of the most generous people I know, always kind of, in some cases, maybe too much, trying to help other people out. Number two, I think it comes as a result of, I've just noticed, sort of if I unplug from the matrix, I've noticed that the more I lean into service of others, the more just comes back my way. And I think this is just how the world should revolve. It's like, let's all help each other out because that's how we bring positivity and stay grateful and stay positive through any tough times, of course. And the more that I give, the more that I get back. Your earnings are a byproduct of how well you serve your audience. Julian says, how do you decide what to title a video or podcast episode so people want to watch and listen? This is a great question. For a video specifically, starting with the title and thumbnail combination first to go, would that even be worth clicking on? I might even ask people, hey, would this be a video you would be interested in watching? I might test, I might survey. I might have some data beforehand from blog posts or other people's podcasts or other people's videos to see what topics people might be interested in. But then I craft a title beforehand. On a podcast, typically it's the other way around, with first in mind, what is the transformation that I want people to go through after listening or through listening to that podcast episode? And then finally, what might be a good title to reflect all those things? So kind of working backwards from the transformation on a podcast. On a YouTube video, it's honestly starting with the video and thumbnail first and go, would that even be worth clicking? Because if I have to force the title and force the thumbnail after a video, it's not necessarily going to work out all the time, and the video may be a waste. Question from Julian. Are there new avenue projects, ideas you are researching, like the DPM channel Pokemon community that you can share? We are currently doing some stuff with relation to helping people build online courses on the SPI side of stuff. And that's really exciting because that's one of our most common questions is like, how do I build an online course? You have 8 of them. You've made over $4 million with them. Can you show me? And so we're building something out, a structure to help with that. We are also refilming our Build Your Own Brand course. This is a free course. It's been free for years. We've actually had 33,000 people go through it. And if you want to check that out, I mean, I would wait till it's refilmed. It's going to be in about a month. You should see the new one. smartpassiveincome.com/BYOB. What does Build Your Own Brand do? It is something that helps you figure out what your brand is, title, domain, all that stuff. And then it helps you actually walk you through building a website. And that's a very, very common question, obviously, that a lot of people have. All right, let me hold up. How might I just make sure I don't have Discord pop up? Let's see. I've been having a lot of people ask me for Discord for Deep Pocket Monster. I think that might be pretty interesting. We'll see. Julian, did I click Julian's question in there? Let me know if I did or did not. Emily says, Baby Yoda or Ancient Yoda? Baby Yoda all the way, for sure. Big congrats to day 364. Thank you, Dr. Joella. It's so good to see you here. Since 1999, I have 3 products in the same category. I have 2 options. The first one is to promote all the products. Another one is to select the best one and work for it, which is a good way for affiliate. Oh, no drivers today. No good music. No good mood music. Let's put some good mood music at least. Good. I can't say it. And while I do this, if you have a moment just to get your thumbs up, that would be great, just to kind of get that out of the way. And let's change the audio so that it's coming through. All right. Thank you for that, Elton. All right, we should be good to go on that one. What is Discord, or what about Discord? Discord is a very popular community platform for gamers and YouTubers and things like that. It's pretty complicated. It's not as simple as something like Circle, which I feel is powerful, especially for anything related to content that you might be creating. But Discord, I'm in a few Discords. I've been really enjoying it as far as sort of the capabilities. It is quite advanced, though, I will say for sure. Your mic gain might be too high. Okay, how's that? Let's see. Oh, wait, was that for me? Maybe that was for somebody else. Los Moranos, do you still use your 3D printer? Unfortunately, I don't use my 3D printer anymore. It's just been a little bit too complicated for me. I have a, not a glow forge. I have a something forge. I can't remember. But it is something that took forever to calibrate, and I would calibrate it and I'd get a nice perfect 3D print. I'd print it again, and literally the next print would just be a mess. And it just was like, I need some consistency, and I just don't have the time right now. I still have it though. I might get back to it in the future. Let's see. How do you learn not to say so much when speaking to everyone on YouTube? TK, great question. I still say I think that people just don't notice it because I don't make a huge deal about it. Also, I have improved over time. And I think the number one way to do it is just to communicate and continue to practice. I think that also when you're conscious about something like that, you're more able to just even subconsciously not say it over time. I know that Toastmasters, for example, which is a group, a club, if you will, where people can come to practice their public speaking. I don't know if any of you have ever experienced Toastmasters, but literally when you speak there, they have a person who counts your ums and like tells you, and then you can kind of get a understanding of how well or not well you did in that regard, so that over time you can kind of improve and you can keep track of it. If you don't keep track of it, if you don't measure, you can't improve, right? That's a great question, by the way. I see some super chats coming in, real ones, by the way. Carthy says, I'm an introvert and I don't feel like giving a voice or face. Can I still make good YouTube channel? Yeah, in fact, on my YouTube channel, I have a video that is the top 10 YouTube channels that don't speak or don't show a face. And there's so many. There's one that's about aquariums. There's one that tells stories about history and really spooky things where it's not even any voice. It's just like text showing up with creepy music and images that are about really interesting things. There is one that shows comparisons based on numbers of how the probability is for certain things. I mean, there's so many opportunities on YouTube. And I think I even saw there's a person who has like 8 YouTube channels. I saw this pop up on my Instagram. There's a person with 8 YouTube channels, each over 100,000, 1 or 2 over 1 million, and he has never shared his face or spoken with his voice, which is pretty neat. So yes, it's absolutely possible. Where did those super chats go? That was pretty amazing. So I see At Reef with a sticker. Thank you so much for that. I appreciate you, my friend. And there was another one that just came in. Let me address that right now. That is At Reef. I know that previously you mentioned you do not work with any YouTubers on a one-to-one basis, but is there any way that I can use your help? I would personally love to get your help on my channel. Well, maybe we can talk about a way that, similar to Ask Pat, I might be able to help you out in a more public manner, whether on the next live stream. And again, I will be continuing to go live even after tomorrow, but maybe there's a way that I can help you out in a pre-recorded video. I do coaching, but I am full up right now on coaching. I have 6 students that I coach 30 minutes every week right now. And maybe if there's room that opens up. But yeah, maybe we can talk about it to do it that way. But we will see at Reef. And thank you so much for the support. I appreciate you so much for all of that. Don says, did you realize you said today is day 365 at the start, or did I mishear? I did not say it was day 365. It says day 364. We're 1 day away from 365, I believe. But I'll have to go back and check, because sometimes you don't know that you say certain things. But we got it on film. John says, I just won a 1 hour consult with Darrell Eaves. That is huge, John. That is absolutely huge. Darrell Eaves has helped me so much. What top 3 questions would you ask him about growing your channel? I know you are in his jumpstart and figured you know what to focus on. Well, he's going to help you focus on who your audience is and the psychology. So he's going to be asking you some questions that I hope you will get ready of. What's the psychology of the viewer? You're going to hear him say that likely in your call. And what are they feeling? What are they thinking? I know your channel trying to help people be happy and stay positive. And I would say that I would go to the fact that, John, you are sort of a John of all trades, that you could create videos about a bunch of things, and you have done videos about a bunch of things, from the mystery bushman to the happy sort of motivational videos that you do, and you just need some help and guidance on focusing on what kinds of videos to create, and also how to best analyze the videos that you create. But I'm so happy for you. That's super cool. Youre says, you're the reason I'm back to doing YouTube. Your videos flip the game 180. They do really perform times better. Thank you, Pat. Best of luck to all your future projects. Yo, thank you so much, Youre. Appreciate you. And thank you for saying those kind words. Sergey says, is there a rule of thumb for the ratio of superfans per regular followers most creators have? You know, there isn't even a way to necessarily know, quote unquote, how many superfans you might have. I don't think that it's necessarily a ratio, although it's going to be typically smaller. I would say, if I were to guess, if you have 100 emails or 100 people who follow you, I would say that 3 or 4 people could become superfans. And in fact, the funny thing is, if you have a smaller number of people, you likely have a larger percentage of your overall audience being superfans. You have the ability to more connect deeply and directly with those people, which is the interesting thing. Bigger brands can't or don't even have the time or resources to do that, because it's not worth their time anymore. But when you're just starting out, that is absolutely worth your time, not just for the collection of superfans and what they can do for you, but for the understanding of who those people are, so you can find more of them even sooner. Thank you for that. Lorraine says, your playlists look like they are sectioned with a description just above the playlists. Is that true? Was that here on Spotify? So Pat Flynn's Deep Pocket Monster Pokemon Party playlist. So this is based on the playlists that, well, that one I created myself, in fact. But any playlist on there has the ability for the person who created the playlist to actually put a description. And so that's just my description for the Deep Pocket Monster. This is the Pokemon Party playlist for what I use when I stream on the Deep Pocket Monster channel. And you could find it at patflynn.com/playlist in case you want to see it. It just has a lot of fun music that can be done live. That's more like a DJ type situation. So I find that really enjoyable. Thank you for that question. Stacy says, are you having a FlintCon event in 2021 or will it be 2022? We will be making a formal announcement very soon, but we've been waiting kind of to the last minute to see what's going to happen. And it looks like FlintCon won't be happening in 2021. It's just going to be a lot of logistics problems with relation to both travel and the event space, hotel. And in order to kind of like move forward on a July event, we'd have to start like last month in terms of not just selling tickets, but all the logistical kind of things. And it just didn't, it just wasn't conducive to the kind of event that we want to put on. So it may happen in 2022, or there might be some sort of compromise of some kind. We will have to see, but it makes me very, very sad because that was one of my favorite things in 2019. Elton says, any secret tips to ensure your voice stays clear and without hoarse for the whole stream duration tomorrow? Podcast for 10 years and you should be fine. No, I'm just kidding. There are a lot of things that you can do to prepare your voice. Number one, if you learn how to actually speak, that can help you so much. What I mean is, I took some singing lessons back in the day. Carrie Ho, Kerriho, a woman from Australia, she's amazing. She coached me on my voice for singing lessons, which they're in fact impacted my podcasting and my speaking career. It was some of the most beneficial investment that I've ever had in my business because my voice in many ways is my business. And so what you learn to do is to kind of use parts of your throat and your voice box that aren't going to be strained as much. And if you speak and sing, especially a little bit more on the throat side of things, that's when your throat starts to feel a little hoarse. Versus speaking from down here and in the chest, you start to have a lot more endurance. And of course, the more you do this, the better you'll get. The other thing is to stay hydrated. That's going to be really, really helpful. I am 100% sure we're not going to have any problems tomorrow. I go longer doing podcast batching on Tuesdays typically, so there's really going to be no problem whatsoever. I'm looking forward to it. It's going to be a lot of fun. Thank you for sharing the link, Stephanie. Thank you, and a big shout out to all of the moderators with the blue names who are in the house. Peasant Uprising, we got Stephanie Hansen, Grandma Goody often is in the house too, Kathy Walker, K-Walk Comedy, as well as Just Samson and Karma Cashflow. Thank you to all of you who keep the chat flowing and going, sometimes without me knowing. This isn't smoke I'm just blowing. My words I'm just flowing. Haha. Okay, anyway. Sergey says, loving your book, wondering whether there is a rule of thumb for the ratio. Oh, sorry, we answered that question already. Julian says, yep, we answered that one too. Shutter, are you going to have all the guests that you've had on tomorrow? Would love to see how they are doing now. I would love to see some magic as well. All the guests that you've had on tomorrow. We're going to have some guests that were on previously. We're going to have some new guests as well. I think it's going to be a lot of fun, Shutter Life. And again, it'll be a good time. It'll be a good time. I know I'm going to get emotional at the end, so just like I'm preparing you for that. But I think it's going to be a blessing for sure to have this time back to be able to pour more into videos that are going to help find more people. And I think it's going to make the moments when we do go live a little bit better too, because I'll be able to share those moments ahead of time so that we know when they're coming. You can set reminders and things like that. It'll be more event-like, I think, and we'll have a little bit more time together when we do that. Maybe 2-hour streams, for example, every other week or so. So I'm excited because I think that sometimes when you step away for a while and you come back even with more energy. And when it comes to people, I know I'm going to miss all of you, but then we get to hang out again every once in a while. And I'll keep that recurring as much as I can because I don't want to leave you behind. And I just can't imagine life without you in a way, if that makes sense. It might sound kind of weird, but it's true. Chad says, any plans for a course on course creation? 100%, Chad. We are literally in the middle of building this out right now, and I'm really excited. We will be starting with a live course first that takes people through, a certain number of weeks where you can get some hand-holding across the way, but definitely a traditional course that's more DIY down the road too, for sure. Let's see. Burke says, do you have a DeLorean? If not, why not? I have several DeLoreans, but they're not the full-scale model ones. I will one day get a DeLorean. It is, I think, an investment that will definitely appreciate. I'm probably going to be an old man who works on it to try to turn it into a Back to the Future car from stock, and it's something that I imagine filming and just nerding out on. I don't have it yet because it's not practical. I have money put into other investments right now that I feel can appreciate even more, that will then open up more opportunities and bring more money in that I can then use for little toys like that. That is a big toy. That is a big toy. But it is something that is definitely on my radar. Question, best advice you ever received about biz? So many pieces of advice, but the one that I would offer you right now is, if this were simple, what would it look like? We always try to overcomplicate things, and you might remember that I did a completely 1-hour full stream about this one question and this one question alone. If this were easy, what would it look like? Whenever you're approaching something new, whether it's an addition to the business that you already have or the business that you're starting, if this were simple, what would it look like? Let's make it easy. Let's first test with one person to get one result to see what it's like and how we can make those things even better and more efficient the next time. Livestream Pro says, hi, you don't want to see your messages? What are you talking about? I see you. That's 2 right there. Thank you for joining me, by the way, today, Luria. Let's see. What happens tomorrow? We're going to have some fun. We're going to stream for 365 minutes, and that's going to be from 9 a.m. Pacific to 3:05 p.m. Pacific. and that'll be the send-off. And we'll have some fun, play some games. You're going to help crowdsource what my lunch is going to be. We're going to put it on the wheel of names, and we're going to order whatever the wheel ends up on. I think that's going to be a lot of fun. And I do have some packages here to open, in fact, out from some of the viewers here, which I think is going to be really fun. So we'll have a good time. We'll have a good time. Julian says, yes, Discord for DPM might be a good idea. Yeah, that I have to research, but I think it could be very useful, especially for a way for people to connect with each other. Thank you, Stephanie, by the way. Tomorrow's the big day. If you want to, not register, but just make sure you set a reminder for that. patflynn.com/365. patflynn.com/365 is where you want to go. And you can go there now if you want. Karthi says, how to stop overthinking and start creating content. Don't give yourself time to give yourself time to psych yourself out related to that. It's almost like the 3-second rule, where if you're at an event and you see somebody that you want to meet and say hi to, but maybe it's a little bit intimidating, like the more that you think about it, the more likely it's not going to happen, because you've already told yourself all the excuses why not to do this. The other thing is, imagine who you are holding back as a result of you putting this fear in the way. If you were in a boat and there was a person drowning next to you, and if you imagine your audience, they're drowning and overwhelmed, they're drowning in, all the content out there that they could potentially consume that's just like overwhelming them and confusing them, or they might be going through a struggle, you would do whatever you can to save that person who's drowning next to you, right? What if you said, hey, I'd love to help you, but I've never done this before. No, you're just gonna go out there and try to save that person in some way. You're just gonna make it happen, right? Yo, Boris with the super chat. Wow, it's been so long since we've seen you here, my friend. Thank you for everything, Pat. Congrats on 364. I wish you the best in the year ahead. I know you'll do great things. I'm proud of you and grateful for you. Hashtag. Bruh. Thank you, Destiny. I appreciate you. Okay. Let's see. Did I answer since 1999's question? I don't remember if I did or not. Fernando says, do you think English learning is a good niche? And how could I do that different to the classic industry? Greetings from Mexico, Pat. Well, number one, obviously that's a good niche, because there's a lot of different people who help people learn how to speak English, from ESL classes in person to online resources and other tools, even software that people can pay for. But I would definitely recommend, number one, knowing that, yes, even though this is proven, you still have to find your way into it. We have to go, well, what is unique about the way that, Fernando, you are going to be doing it? I would love to see some, maybe unique platform. Maybe you're the person who teaches live on YouTube, and that's like your thing, and you go live every other day at a certain time to help anybody who wants to learn how to speak English from Spanish, and that's just your thing. Or maybe you are the person who does it on TikTok, and you have, whatever platform you choose, that becomes your way to do it. And I think if you start to connect with the people who start to follow you right away and ask them more questions, really understand what it is that they might need help with and how they might want to be helped, that is the thing that you can then lean into. You won't know until you start, and it might take some misfires, it might take some trial and errors, but that's how you get through the disaster, so you become the master. It's how you get through the muck, so you start earning a buck. That's how you start failing, so you can begin moving forward in your business. Yay. Okay, that didn't rhyme as well, but okay, you know what I mean. You forgot to answer since 1999? If you can re-ask that question, I would love to. Sorry, I missed it. Let me see if I can scroll up and find it. Let's see. Was it a super chat? Is that how we found it? Let me see. If there isn't, okay. Anyway, I'm gonna scroll all the way down to the bottom. If you have that, question from 1999, again, I apologize about that. But I'm scrolling down to the bottom to catch up. If I missed a question, I missed a whole bunch. You can re-ask it. That's no problem. I'm just catching up, which we got to do sometimes. Let's see. JF says, if you're starting a new business or brand, what steps would you take to create a great name for it? I would write down all that I could in terms of words, phrases, anything that comes to mind on Post-it notes. I would just put it out. I would put a sea of names and sea of just ideas out and start to combine things, start to talk about those things, say those things out loud to see if anything sparks an idea. That, considering also like, why are you doing this? Who is it for? You might be able to come up with something neat that inspires you. It's going to take a whole load of mess to get the best. Ooh, okay, there we go. Start feeling so that you can begin nailing it. Ah, there we go, Francis. I like it. LOL, love when you try rhyming on the fly. We all do that, right? I had it up when I went to add the music. Okay, let me scroll up and see if I can find it. I apologize about that in 1999. That was pretty close to the beginning, right? Let me see. That's my fault. I just got distracted, which happens sometimes. Okay, scrolling. Do you ever go back to live streams and read the chats? Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. I read the chats, especially when we start talking about stuff that I want to know more about. I can't possibly catch every chat, so then I go back and sort of watch things so that I can get better. That's all that it's about. All right, where are you at, 1999? I apologize. I will find it. I will find it. Okay, there was Tina's question. Justin's question, Samsung Q2U. Okay, we're coming up to it, I think. I have a feeling. Ah, okay. Since 1999. Thank you, chat, for helping out. I have 3 products in the same category. I have 2 options. The first one is promote all the products. Another one is like the best one and go for it. So thank you for this question, by the way. And again, I apologize. The best thing to do is if you want to provide the best support that you can for your audience, you want to provide the one solution. If all 3 actually do the kind of the same thing and can all help out, if you are not a review website where people come to you knowing that you're going to share all the options and they just want the information, they want the solution, they want your help, share the one option. It's always, always better. Because what happens is if you share too many options, they're going to have analysis paralysis. They're going to be even more confused potentially than they were before, because now you've pitched all 3 of them in a really great way where they're going to be even more worried about, you know, which one and why, versus, hey, there's a lot of options out there. There's many that will help you, but this is the one I choose and why. And that, with your endorsement behind it, with the ease of just like, okay, cool, thank you, pointing them in that direction, you are doing your audience a disservice because you are playing expert curator if you are being an affiliate, in my opinion. Thank you so much, SN, for the super chat. I appreciate you for that. You didn't have to do that, but I'm very grateful for you. Okay. I love the descriptions of these 2. Pear character looking at himself in the mirror, saying, "Thanks for being you," with hearts popping out of his eyes. This is just the funniest thing to me. Okay. Ooh, using the post-it note idea for a new course name I'm struggling with. Ah, awesome. Names of things are hard. Names of things are very, very hard. Emily says, "Too niche. My channel has umbrella topic of finding birth family and traveling US to get to know them. I have subtopics like cargo trailer, build to fire dog training to help others." I think as long as that's the purpose and every video that you have supports the bigger umbrella, then I think that's okay. You need to, however, take those categories, those subcategories, and turn them into playlists, turn them into types of videos with structure for each of those different categories that are the same, so that you can have sort of a rhythm. And so when people find one of your videos about a particular subtopic, they're gonna either be interested in more videos that are similar about that subtopic, but again, all lead up to the big umbrella, or they come into your channel and see other parts of it too, and all those things can start to recommend each other and sort of weed each other into themselves. So I think that that's the way to approach it. I think that, again, as long as the why is clear and all the videos support that, I think that is niche, right? Not just like, you know, finding your family, but, you know, helping you find your family in the US. Everything should support that if indeed that is the umbrella, and all those little things can help you with that. Thanks. Also, do you recommend sticking with one-word names? No, not necessarily. I think that one-word names can be even the most difficult to find because everybody seems to have selected the one word and different variants of it now where we're even spelling it with 2 E's or 2 R's or 2 I's or whatever. Plus, when you think about the domain name, getting the domain name for one words are going to be either very expensive or almost nearly impossible because those are already taken. So having some modifiers on a single word could work. I have obviously smart passive income. I would have loved passiveincome.com, but I'm actually really grateful that I got smart passive income because it adds that little nuance to it, if you will, that speaks to kind of the way that I feel we should approach anything in the smart way. This is Sherry. I've been Team Replay again and again. You've been both an inspiration and live chats have made a difference in my entire year. Yo, thank you, SN. Appreciate you for that. This is what the beauty of going live is, the community. It's the ability to, even after, feel like you're a part of something. And I'm so grateful that one or more of the topics that we've talked about here on the income stream today have been really helpful for you. That's really awesome. Thank you for doing this live stream, Pat, says Stacy. I started on week 2. Wow, man, so many people love the community you've built. Just trying to help. Thank you. Kudos to you as well. Thank you so much. All right, I'm going to go up now because I think I missed a few questions. Question from Life with Marin. Do you ever go back? Oh, I already answered that question. I think I counted that one as well. Question from GTO. I have a friend in Turkey. He wants to use Amazon to break into the American market. Does he need an American address other than international tips? Okay, so I know that as an American, I can actually sign up for affiliate programs elsewhere. I actually use a tool called Genius, GENI.US. Let me see if I can go to the website, just to kind of pop it up here while I explain it. GENI.US. And Genius is pretty cool because what happens, geniuslink.com. Oh, well, that's handy actually. And so what is cool about this is I can sign up for various affiliate programs and, oh, sure, I accept. So I sign up for all the affiliate programs from all around the world for Amazon. And what happens is when I share an Amazon link, I share not the direct Amazon link because it's only going to be for that one store, i.e. the US. I share the Genius link, which will then know where in the world that person is and then send them to the right Amazon store that is closest to them or near their country or in their country so that I actually get the credit. Because the truth is, if you're in the UK and I'm in the US, I share an affiliate link, it'll redirect to the UK store, but I'm not gonna get an affiliate credit for it. You will if you use something like this. I think Amazon also has something called OneLink that does something similar, but I like Genius Link and the way that they do it and the way that they keep track of it a little bit better, right? Thank you so much for that question. In terms of your friend who's in Turkey, however, I'm not sure. I honestly don't know the answer if they can set up an affiliate link in the US. I would imagine that that's possible, and then the US will just cut them a check. Amazon Associates, I'm sure this is not the first time somebody's asked this question. There might be some information out there. If there's anybody who is promoting products on Amazon that is outside of the US who is blogging and sharing their income, that might be a way for you to find out who or how that might happen. Mai says, what will you be having for lunch tomorrow during the show? That's a great question, Mai. The question is, what should I eat? Or not what should I know what I should eat. But we're going to actually have some fun with that. At around 11 a.m., we're going to bring the wheel of names and we're all going to crowdsource what I'm going to eat. We're going to put whatever, I'll tell you what's around. I'll actually show you my phone and we'll do DoorDash. Like I'm going to go, like if I go, DoorDash, we can go, well, I don't want to put my address on there by accident, right? Okay, so let me go back to the counter. I was just thinking it might deliver to my home. Anyway, we're gonna crowdsource where lunch will come from. We'll put it on a wheel, and then I'm just gonna order it, and we're gonna have some fun with that together. So we'll see what happens. I think Pat should host a live every day, just showing the background of his office so we can still gather and chat. That's kind of cool. Yes, crowdsourcing lunch, exactly. Uncle Bill says, pick one of your superpowers and then tell us when you fully became aware of it. You have so many to take it. Website reviews, research, tact, thumbnail analysis. When I became fully aware. It wasn't like a moment. It's just like over time you get better at these things, right? And it is something that, when you start to help and serve others, it starts to become apparent, right? And so I think that that's how you start to notice what your superpowers are. Because I think that you don't know until you see it from the outside. You can't read the label when you're inside the bottle. Like Superman, well, I guess Superman's different because he started out sort of normal and then, everything happened. But for anybody who has superpowers, right, like a mutant, they're born, and if they just weren't around others to go, wow, that's different, then they wouldn't know they were different, right? So I think that, you know, by just trying and sharing and putting myself out there. Honestly, I was not a YouTube expert or anything like that before starting the income stream in terms of how I might be able to help others, but I just incorporated it into the show, and it became something that then allowed me to just practice and get better and help and serve others. I think when you come to the idea of like, well, what makes an expert? It's really just knowing a little bit more than somebody else. And I would much rather learn from somebody who's like just gone through something than somebody who has like a PhD who did it, yeah, but like 20 years ago and doesn't even know how it is today, kind of thing. Gift was sent in the mail. Don't want you to miss it. I have it. I have it. I believe, Don. I'll have to check. Actually, I don't know if I have it or not. In 2 emails. Don't want you to miss it. Okay, I'll check on that. Thank you. I thought it was, anyway. You really do notice how much skill you have when you start to teach others. That's right, peasant. That's right. Whoa, whoa, oh, whew. You should order from your favorite Mexican place. Well, I'm definitely gonna put my favorite Mexican place on the wheel, but we'll see. Chris says, Pat needs one of those fancy drinks with the squishy balls in it. He loves those, and he deserves it. The squishy balls. Oh, boba. Yeah, for sure. We should order a boba in the early afternoon. That's a great idea, Chris. Dr. Joella says, break a leg tomorrow. Thank you so much. SN says, do you know a good translation tool? I'm shocked to find books like Sherlock Holmes not available in, for example, Vietnamese. Some communities lose stories teaching analytical thinking. Google, obviously, but I don't know. I think the best translation tool is actually a real human being, a real person that perhaps you might be able to hire. I don't know. Translation tools are not my specialty, unfortunately, but I imagine that you could probably find a review blog post that lays a bunch of them out to show you which ones work and why, and that kind of thing. Yeah, bubble tea, boba and tacos, bro. That'd be pretty awesome. Let's see. Question. I have 2 channels. One is English, the other is Turkish. I find it easier than preparing subtitles for all videos. Is it smart to have 2 channels for almost same topic? If it's not too much of a struggle to create, yeah, that's actually the best approach, Burke, because you can then, when a person finds the video, they don't have to struggle to consume your content. If anybody comes across your videos and they have to struggle, unless it's like content that they know or have once heard that from somebody else they have to consume, it might be a hard way to get a person to understand that this is actually worth value if they're already struggling to, like, you know, if it's going to be a little bit more harder, if there's a little bit more friction to kind of get into it. So yeah, I think that's the best case scenario, so long as you have the ability to do that easily. Now, there might be ways to actually become more efficient with that. I'm trying to remember what your videos were like. I think it was a lot of top-down drawings and stuff. If you have B-roll of you drawing and you're doing voiceover, it might be just simple as like, you know, doing one video and then recording the English voiceover and then recording the Turkish voiceover, having it be the same video but in different languages. That could be really interesting. That could be really interesting, in fact. I saw a super chat here from Emily. Awesome. Thank you so much for that invaluable, hard-earned advice. I've had to miss a lot of your lives after summer because of work, but come in when I can. Thank you, Emily. I appreciate you for being here and for the super chat. Totally not necessary. Again, no fee required, everybody. I hope that you don't feel like tomorrow you have to pay anything. I will obviously welcome any support, but please, you don't have to feel like, I don't want you to feel left out if you're not donating. I know we're all struggling with some stuff right now, so you don't need to. Please don't. Like, unless you really, really feel like you have to, but it's not required, please. Let's see. What's the best mic placement to minimize plosives? Well, the best mic placement actually is more of a tool. You could use something like well, it depends on the mic as well. But if you have a mic that you need to be really close to in order to get the best sound, then using one of those foam balls or a wind screen or pop filter, a pop filter would work best, but a windscreen could work as well for reducing plosives. That typically does the job. That's why I love the shotgun mic. I have a shotgun mic right off camera. You can see it right here. And oh, it was actually on camera the whole time. Wow, sorry. Whoop. Get out of here, get out of here. I had the mic, come on. I had the mic somewhere else for a video I was doing last night, and I brought it back, and I didn't even realize because it was like right here where that mark is on my little furniture piece there near the light bulb, and it like blended in. That's funny. So the shotgun mic's really great because it can be sort of like removed from you, so I can blow as much as I want. The wind's going this way, but my sound is being captured from this angle. So it's going to take some practice. I would say that you could potentially just test different angles, different positions to a point where you can then listen and just kind of just know, so not have to guess anymore. I think we're friends here already. Oh, absolutely. Tina says, what's your favorite childhood family tradition and your favorite family tradition that you've created when you started your family? Hope that makes sense. So with my family here, we've tried to sort of do things more traditionally. When it's Christmas time, we all sort of like, when we put the ornaments on the tree, we lay all the ornaments out, and one by one, we talk about each ornament, who owns it, because the kids have their own, and the story behind that. We have just like memories come out during that time. So when we're putting ornaments on the tree, we're telling stories about every ornament. So it's like a 2-hour ordeal, but it's so much fun, and that's one of my favorite traditions for sure. Sunday brunch, which is really great. We also have the tradition of, during Christmas time, again, a lot of that stuff happens during the holidays, of course. We drive around and find candy cane lanes in San Diego where we can sort of just like be in the car and put some Christmas music on and look at all the bright lights and stuff. That could be pretty cool. What else do we do? There's a lot of things. I'm just trying to remember. It's hard to, on the spot, think about all the things, because we do, as a family, have our own special ways to do things. With my family when growing up, we didn't have too many traditions other than, certain meals at certain times of the year, of course. My dad bringing Polish into the family a little bit, because I'm part Polish. I'm actually an eighth Polish and an eighth Russian and a quarter Irish, in fact, and half Filipino. But we had pierogies for a long period of time during the holidays. Pierogies, so good. Now I want pierogies. You see what you guys do to me? Pierogies are so good. But, all right. I think we are back. The internet just went kerplunk for like, I don't know, a half second there. So I think we're good. Temmie says, pee break. Yeah, I purposefully froze the thing so that we didn't have to do that. Anyway, I think we should be good now, and we are at question 41, and we're back. Yes, we need a pierogi tutorial. Ooh, pierogies from scratch would be pretty amazing. This cannot happen tomorrow. Hey, if it happens, it's okay. This thing is real life. This is technology. And the thing is, like, I don't know if any of you saw my Instagram post yesterday. I have a flat tire on my Tesla. I didn't even, like, it's parked in the garage, but it, like, I don't know why it went flat. And I created a post that was like, flat tire, and a list of all these positive things to come out of that. And then negatives, I don't care. So if it happens, it's okay. You just kind of get back into it. It's fine. The internet says we've done too much of this, right? All right. Grandma Goody says, we do that too with our ornaments on the tree. Even now, our kids are 30, 31, 37. I love that. Not sure if you saw this. Has your wife ever watched, listened to your content on her own? Nope. She is probably my biggest supporter, but she has way, way, way more important things to do than watch what I do. She hears about it anyway, so no, she doesn't. There was a question earlier about whether or not the family might make an appearance tomorrow. Maybe. They might come and say hi, but that's not what it's going to be about. Day 364, the internet went on strike, right? What are the top 3 best businesses to start right now? So the top 3 businesses to start right now would be, in your world, Dave, where do you find there's the most opportunity? Based on your connections, the people that you've already made friends with and reached out to or have access to, based on your interests, and it's the top 3 of that, whatever those 3 things are. I hesitate to go, oh, this industry is very, like, I have videos about that if you want to go and watch them, because there are opportunities out there, but I hesitate to go, oh, AI is becoming a huge thing, right? So that could be a top 3, one business idea. NFTs, right? Non-fungible tokens are a huge business opportunity right now. So you should, I have no idea who you are, Dave, or anything about you other than you're here, and I appreciate you for that. But it would not be right of me to go, this is what you should do. I think that you need to find out what those things are for you based on, here's what makes businesses run: solving problems, reducing frictions, helping make things more convenient for people. That's where business opportunities lie. And so in your life, what are the top 3 things that you feel like you believe you can either support those people with or have interest to support those people with? That is my answer. It'd be so cute if the kids could do a little skit for us, a poem, Pat Flynn. I hope the family stops in. I don't know if they're gonna do a poem, but yeah, it'd be kind of cool. I'm in line at Terminis Bakery in Philly. Question, sugar or no sugar on the cannoli? Being that your channel name is Fit Over 50, I think we all know what the answer should be, but it's up to you. It's up to you, and I think that if you wanted to give yourself a little treat, I don't know if you do treat days or cheat days. We call them treat days because we don't want to be like, hey kids, it's cool to cheat. No, it's treat. You treat yourself. If you want to treat yourself, then put some sugar on there. If not, no worries. That's a good question, though. What are your final words on creating superfans? Little moments of surprise. Creating little moments of surprise go a very long way, connecting to the individual. Reaching out to them on Instagram with a video, that's even a surprise. Not saying you need to send or buy anything, but just a little bit of attention goes a long way in having a person understand that you are different from the others and that they should come back and stick around. All right. Question from Andrew. Any update on the Team Flynn shirt delivery? I will ask Jess. I know it's in development. There's been some shipping issues, and with COVID, the manufacturing plant's a little bit behind, but hopefully that answers your question for now. I'll see if I can get an update for you. I told you it was going to take a while. I did not know how long it would take. I didn't think it would take this long, but I knew it was not going to be something that would happen overnight. Ethereum or Cardano? No comment. I'm not here to give thoughts on crypto, unfortunately. Let's see. We're at 50 questions, which is pretty good. Has been amazing, Pat Flynn. Cannot express how much I appreciate all you have done for me and my family in this community. Thank you, bro. Thank you so much. All right, we're gonna call it. That is the end of our show. We answered 50 questions today. Woo! 50 questions. That's pretty incredible. 50. So have an amazing Sunday. I look forward to seeing you tomorrow, 9 a.m. Pacific. We're going to go from 9 a.m. Pacific to 3:05 p.m. Pacific, a 365-minute stream with maybe bathroom breaks, but maybe not. Can I hold it in for 365 minutes? No, that's not the challenge. The challenge is let's just have the most fun ever. We're going to invite some people on the show. We're going to play some games. We're going to do some giveaways. We're going to have some fun, and we're going to send the show off with a bang. And I'm probably going to get emotional at the end because this has been honestly a lifesaver for me. I know for many of you, something consistent that I could wake up to every day. Why is it stopping? I'll talk more about it tomorrow, but we hit a year. We're almost there. What if I like overslept tomorrow? Well, we'd still be able to do it anyway. What if I had slept for like 24 hours and I missed the whole day? Like I just completely didn't even stream. That would be kind of crazy. A whole year daily. This is unreal. We're going to talk about some memories tomorrow for sure. And we're going to go back, maybe even look at some of the older income streams and just kind of like remember as we go along. I think that'll be fun to do. I think that'd be really fun to do, just to kind of recall where we all started and what this was like and how much my beard has grown and all that kind of stuff. So anyway, thank you so much for today. I did thankfully, actually thanks to the internet going down for like a half second, I was able to fit in the secret word just in time. Speaking of, well, not really, but hold on. Speaking of family, we do have a friend who was with us the entire time. He was just chilling. Jarvis, say hello. Hey, buddy. He is Shaggy. Cool. Well, you are all amazing. Thank you so much for today and for this year. And I look forward to seeing you tomorrow. patflynn.com/365. Again, patflynn.com/365. Tina says, open a few Pokemon packs tomorrow. That is a great idea. That is a great idea. 365 minutes of opening Pokemon packs. No, we won't do it the whole time, but we'll fit it in. That's actually a really good idea. Thank you so much, everybody. I appreciate you, and I look forward to seeing you tomorrow, 9 a.m. specific. Peace out, everybody. Team Flynn for the win. Love you.
This is the income stream to help you achieve your dream. All while we keep it clean. This is the income stream. It's the kind of show where you can come and go, but then you leave inspired with no fee required. The income stream with Pat Flynn.
Hey everybody, you should join the income stream tomorrow because it's going to be a lot of fun.
My mouth was open, bro. All right, thanks everybody. I appreciate you. We will. Oh, okay, not on camera, bro. Not on camera. Not on camera. All right, see you guys. Bye.
Bruh.